Megastar Hopper. The sun beats down mercilessly on a giant metal hopper. This is no ordinary hopper, it's a megastar hopper. What that is, you'll find out soon. For now, it's enough to know that the sun is beating down mercilessly upon it. The desert outside the megastar hopper is a flat mat of sand for hundreds of miles in every direction. The only visible man-made objects are the hopper itself, a tin shack with a metal roof, and a single thread of road running westward to the horizon. Inside the hopper is a bar room. Over on the right side in the corner is the bar. Behind that is a cooler filled with beers. There are also shelves of liquor there. Above the shelves is a TV. It's turned on, but it has a staticky blank screen. Floyd, the old bartender, stands behind the bar. He slowly, methodically wipes the counter. Ned sits in front of the bar on the left end and holds a beer in his hands with his arms poised on the edge of the bar. He's a square jaw type. Tallulah, who knows everybody, is sleeping with her head on the bar over at the right end. She's wearing a turban and has an empty cocktail glass in her hand. Deirdre sits next to Ned, facing him. She has a magnificent stack of black hair piled on top of her head. She's quite lovely and would be great in a vampire movie because blood would look good on her neck. A cigarette machine stands opposite the bar on the far wall. Above it is a window curtain with a cigarette hole through which shoots a single shaft of searing white light. Dee Dee leans against the cigarette machine with one arm stretched across the top. He's a lazy stoner kind of guy. Scattered about the room are tables and chairs occupied by 10 or so individuals. At the center table sits Olivia, the failed diva. Ralphie, a butt-ugly thug type, is off to the side. Susie, who would be great in a Double Mint gum commercial, sits near the cigarette machine. The room is silent, the actors dead still. As the lights slowly come up, they start to wake. They stand, stretch, yawn, or do posture exercises while reading the morning newspaper. Deirdre is the first to speak.
Something's gotta happen today.
So you've been here, what, Deirdre?
That's Ned.
5 weeks and now you know something?
Don't be crabby, Ned. You'll get your turn.
I can't wait till you've been here a year. You won't be so full of piss and vigor then.
Piss and vigor? At least I haven't given up. And you haven't either.
Huh.
Deirdre heads off to the bathroom to adjust her hair. Floyd starts wiping the bar in front of Ned.
You know, it's your time is soon, son.
Right.
Really, Nettie. I've been here a long time. I know the pattern. You'll see. They'll be coming for you soon.
Ned finishes his beer and tosses it to the trash behind the bar. Floyd automatically gets another from the cooler. Over at the other end of the bar, Tallulah raises herself out of her sleep. Her eyelids remain half closed.
He's right, you know, Nettie.
Tallulah's presence elicits a slow murmur from the occupants of the room. She fishes in the pocket of her housecoat for a ciggy. When she places it between her lips, Floyd lights it with a bic he had in his shirt pocket. She inhales and then speaks as she exhales.
It's in the plan, you know.
Ha! The plan?
Listen to her. She's been here almost as long as me.
That's for sure. I've been here almost as long as Floyd. Seen everybody come and go. Let me tell you, son, not everyone that comes gets to go. But you, lad, will definitely be going.
Can I freshen your drink, darling?
Sure, Floyd. Manhattan.
I know. Heavy on the bitters.
That's right, baby.
Floyd goes to get the bourbon, but he keeps his eye on Tallulah. He knows when she's coming up on a speech.
You see, Nettie, Floyd's right. There's a rhyme and a rhythm to everything that happens here. It's not random. There's a place, and a handsome guy like you is definitely part of it. I've seen lots of pretty people here. Any of them have had as much talent as you definitely made it out in the big world.
Well, what are they waiting for?
Floyd hands Tallulah her drink.
Be patient, young man.
Thanks, darling. Ned, the public only has so much appetite. Once you catch the eye of some genius upstairs, that genius has to come up with a plan to bring you out. That genius has to wait till the boys already out there start to fizzle. He'll ease you in, first chance he gets, you'll see.
So what you're saying is that there's just so many slots and mine ain't open yet.
That's right, boy.
Okay then, Tallulah. What you doing here? Seems like your shot was filled up a long time ago.
Oh, it was, but somebody up there's soft on me, gonna bring me out of retirement.
Floyd walks over and touches Tallulah's hand.
Tallulah, darling, you know I love you, but honey, everyone thinks you're gone.
Piffle!
Sweetie, they can't bring you out now. It won't look right. You've been here over 40 years.
Just now, Deirdre returns from the ladies and sits on her stool by Ned.
Hey, Tallulah, what about me? Do I have the right stuff, like Ned?
You?
Yeah, me.
Tallulah sets her drink down and scrutinizes Deirdre.
Yeah, sure, you've got the right stuff. They always need fodder.
Fodder? For what?
Oh, honey, don't go getting your panties in a bunch. Not everyone gets the whole wad. Just be glad you got that hair. That hair might just get you out of here.
What are you saying? That Ned's got it, but I don't.
Oh, Ned's definitely got it. And you're cute and all, but take a look around, sweetie. There's a lot of cute and all in this room. There's a lot of cute and all already out there. For you, Deirdre, dear, it's a pretty small world.
Fuck you, Tallulah. You don't know everything.
Deirdre stomps over to the table where Olivia is sitting and plops down in a chair.
Hey, Livy.
According to Floyd, I don't know anything.
Oh, darling, it's not that I don't want you to make a comeback. It's just that they'll be thinking on somebody younger, Olivia or Bridget.
Suppose so. Should have gone down with that first flush years ago.
Instantly, the inhabitants hush. Tallulah stands and pushes her stool back. She makes her way to the cigarette machine, winding through the tables and chairs in the room. The occupants watch her.
What do you mean, flush?
Ah, honey, it's nothing. Just a once-in-a-while thing. You got too many beautiful people in here to worry about it just now.
Ralphie, the butt-ugly thug type, shoves his chair back and rushes over to Tallulah.
Yeah, but what are you talking about?
Why, Ralphie, you'll make it out in time.
Tallulah is now over at the cigarette machine, where Dee Dee has been draped the whole time, barely listening to the conversations in the room through his dope fuzz. He smiles goofily at Tallulah.
Don't tease us, Tallulah. We're sick and tired of waiting here. We need some help.
Tallulah ignores Ned. She smiles at Dee Dee.
What do you think, honey? Can Mama get a ciggy?
Oh, sure.
Thank you, sweetie.
She inserts her token and pulls the knob.
Speak to me.
Tallulah!
The inhabitants swivel their heads, some toward Deirdre, the others toward Ned. Tallulah winks at Dee Dee, and then turns around and leans against the machine for her second big speech.
Relax.
Right on.
Tallulah winks quickly at Dee Dee in acknowledgement of his comment, then turns her attention back to the crowd.
You've got nothing to worry about, kids. A flush is just something they do when there's a room full of duds. This dump is only half full for one thing, and another, although some of you are as ugly as a tin can full of garden slugs, I wouldn't worry. They love everybody in some kind of way.
They flush the room? To where?
Oh, who knows? I've never been. Floyd neither. We stay on the other side of the bar when it happens, right, Floyd?
I don't think you should have had mentioned anything about that.
Why not? Who cares?
But when we get out there...
If we get out there, Susie.
If we get out there, what will happen to us?
I can answer that.
Everyone turns to look at Olivia. She's been sitting silently until now. She slowly inhales, gathering strength for her big speech.
You'll get shuffled around and meet many, many handsome men. Your privacy will disappear. Rumors of your sordid sex life, only half true, will be leaked to the press when the light on you falls off, and they need to get you back in the spotlight. You'll be hounded by strangers, nagged by your handlers. Everyone will love you, but you'll have no friends. You will be asked thousands of questions. You will answer generically, as if you have no thoughts of your own. Your numbers will determine how you are treated, worshipped, tortured, or ignored. One day you'll find yourself back here.
Are you looking forward to going back, Olivia?
Olivia lowers her eyes to the floor.
I can't wait. It's what I live for.
You see, children? It's what she lives for. It's the only thing we have, in fact. What else do we need? Look at yourselves. You're not humans, you're just dolls. Beautiful dolls.
Tallulah turns to Ralphie, who has remained standing where he was before when he asked her his question.
Even you sinners who might generously be called quirky-looking are golden because you fill a niche and can find a place with the minor stars when your clownish talents are required. You'll be stored in the closet until that time comes.
She turns to Olivia.
The beautiful amongst you, however, will never, ever be in the closet. You'll be paraded around like the prize heifers you are, and you'll love it. You'll become addicted to the attention. The world will love you, and you will love you, because you'll be so much more important than anyone else on the earth.
Yes.
I don't give a fuck. I'm not playing this stupid game.
Ned breaks the spell. Tallulah begins to make her way back to her bar stool. Her big speech is over.
But Nettie, you're not just going to be a star. You're going to be a megastar. They'll be coming for you, son. I promise.
I don't care, Floyd. This is all bullshit. It's wrong. They're gonna flush a bunch of living, breathing whatevers into some black hole? Who the fuck are these people?
Just your benefactors, your owners, your pushers. Hey, lover, how about a Manhattan?
Yeah, sure. Just a minute.
Floyd picks up a glass, but almost immediately forgets what he's doing. He walks over to where Ned is sitting.
Nettie, it's better this way. It's a system that works. I've watched it for a long time. It works. You'll see.
I'm not buying it, Floyd. I've been here eating my heart out for a year and a half, waiting on those bastards, and now if they come, I'm gonna kill them. We don't deserve to die. They don't deserve to live.
Ned's right. We can't let these people do this to us. Some of us are going to make it, sure, but some of us are going to be flushed. We have to do something. No, Deirdre, we can't. It's too beautiful. I don't care if some of you die. I don't care if there's a chance I'll die. I have to try.
It's too beautiful.
That's right, Livy, you tell him. What about that drink, handsome?
No, it's not that easy. I don't care how glorious it is. I don't care how big I can turn out to be. I'm not a doll. This whole thing is evil.
But Nettie, you're not going to be a star. You're going to be a megastar.
Get my drink, Floyd.
Deirdre laughs at Tallulah and Floyd. Then she gets an idea and jumps on the table. Olivia panics.
Please, it's not fair. You're right. It's not fair. It's not fair.
Deirdre jumps down and starts moving through the crowd,
It's
shouting.
not fair. It's 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 not fair.
It's not fair.
As the crowd joins in with Deirdre, Dee Dee works at a scratch on the top of the cigarette machine, shaking his head slowly. Olivia stands silently facing the floor. Floyd watches fearfully. His brain is unable to grasp what is happening or how to stop it. He loosens his grip on the glass. It starts to slip to the floor, but Tallulah has crawled over the bar and catches it just before it falls. She helps herself to the ice as the mob's voices rise in intensity.
It's not fair. It's not fair. It's not fair.
Suddenly, the side door slams open and a beam of light slices through the room. In the doorway stands an outrageously tall transvestite named Dorothy. She holds a clipboard in her hand as she dances into the room.
And how are all my little dearies today? I do hope everybody is fit and happy. Today is someone's lucky day, you know. Are we ready for a little roll call? Oh, don't let me stop you. You all seem to have been enjoying yourselves in this little game just now. I'll bet you didn't even hear my little Hummer drive up, did you? Bless your sweet little hearts.
Dorothy stops in front of the trembling Olivia.
And how are you doing, Livy? You don't look so good, sweetie.
Olivia falls to the floor and starts caressing Dorothy's purple spikes.
Dot, please take me. I love you. Please, Dot.
Oh, my.
It's no good, Dorothy. We're not going. Nobody's going, and you're not going either.
Why, Ned, I am so glad to see you. I've been thinking about you. I'm sorry it's taken me so long to return. I really missed you.
Fuck you, Dorothy. Nobody's going.
What on earth are you talking about, Ned? Neddy, come to Mama so I can see you.
Ned moves backwards. Dorothy stops moving toward him. Olivia crawls over to just behind Dorothy and keeps her eyes on the purple shoes.
You're going, though, aren't you? I mean, if you get axed, you've been here a year and a half.
Ned continues walking backwards until he reaches the bar. When he gets there, he grabs his half-empty beer and, in standard old Western style, smashes it on the edge of the bar. He moves forward with the broken bottle pointed at Dorothy.
I said I ain't going, and neither are you.
But Nettie, they're coming any minute. They'll be announcing, you know. You know the routine. I'm just here to make sure everybody, is happy.
Cut that fake shit out, Dorothy.
By now, Ned is a couple of steps away from Dorothy. He shoves the weapon squarely into the transvestite's face. She steps back and trips over the groveling Olivia. Deirdre seizes the moment.
We're not going. None of us are going. We're not going, and neither are you. We're not going, and neither are you. We're not going, and neither are you. We're not going, and neither are you.
As the chanting rises to an infectious level, Tallulah grabs Floyd's hand and begins to dance. Floyd reluctantly follows along, keeping his eyes on Ned and Dorothy. Deirdre ratchets the chanting up to a scream and pushes the crowd into a circle around the fallen Dorothy and groveling Olivia. Ned remains poised with the bottle on the outside of the ring. He neither shouts nor dances, just waits in case Dorothy makes a move to break out. Pent-up fury is now unleashed in the bar. Ralphie breaks from the rest and runs past Ned. He vaults over the bar and rams his fist through the cooler door. He holds up 6 bottles of beer, blood streaming down his arms. 2 others jump behind the bar and start firing beers across the room to the chanters. Susie runs to the cigarette machine and shoves Dee Dee away. Dee Dee staggers lazily back as 2 beefy guys step to the machine and hurl it forward to the floor. 6 more chanters rush up and begin jumping on the machine and kicking it. A chair flies across the room. It splinters. The legs are used for battering the remaining tables and chairs, mirrors, glass fixtures, bathroom door, everything except the windows. Glass rains down. Even the salted peanut stand is unspared. Bubblegum balls spill across the floor. When they run out of things to smash, the occupants of the hopper tear at their own hair and clothing. Floyd stands frozen, watching in horror. Tallulah clings to him, holds up his arms and dances as if he was actually a partner. She chants as well, louder than everyone else and slurring the words.
Neither are you. We're not going, and neither are you.
Ned continues to threaten Dorothy with the broken bottle. Deirdre moves through the crowd, chanting, upending tables and shouting into faces. At one point, she slams Dorothy forward onto the floor. Dorothy pulls herself up. Her nose is bleeding. Over by the cigarette machine, Dee Dee reaches down and helps himself to a stray pack of Luckies. He lights up as a bottle hurtles toward him. He ducks and watches as it lands on the wall behind him. He makes his way through the flying debris over to Olivia, crouching by the bathroom. When he reaches her, he offers her a drag. She takes it with a shaking hand and smiles in thanks. He stands over her, watching the fracas. Water streams under the door of the bathroom into the room. In the center of the room, Susie and Ralphie are coupled. They grind on each other and claw at clothing. Susie upends a beer over her head. It rains down on her. Ralphie licks it off her neck. She grabs his crotch. Other couples fall to the floor, imitating them. They swim in a pool of beer, toilet water, and body fluids. Suddenly, a light from above shines in as the roof of the hopper is pulled back. Deirdre looks up and shields her blinking eyes. Several around her drop to their knees as if overcome by an intense heat. Ned retreats to the shadows out of the searing light. Olivia crawls to her feet and steps forward.
It's them.
Tallulah laughs as a rope with a pommel seat is lowered from above. Dorothy pushes herself up onto wobbly knees. She tries to stand. Ned rushes forward into the light with the broken bottle.
Forget it, Dorothy. You're not going anywhere. Even if I have to kill you.
Aw, Nettie, look at me. Can I at least stand up?
Just as Ned opens his mouth to respond, the squeal of feedback coming from a tinny microphone somewhere above cuts him off. The occupants squint at the opening above.
Edward Slabhard.
Ned!
Ned looks up. The bottle slips from his hand. He stands unmoving for several minutes. The occupants are silent. Only the sobbing Tallulah can be heard. Ned takes 3 huge leaps and lands on the pommel chair, which instantly sweeps him up through the ceiling. Dorothy, on the edge of the crowd, dusts herself off with one hand and holds her bleeding nose with the other. As the ceiling closes, slowly cutting off the light, the inhabitants lean together to watch Ned ascend. Once the light is cut off completely, they cheer again. Now we hear the sound of a car door slam, and then the Hummer starts up and drives off. As the sound fades, the TV above the bar, which has miraculously escaped damage, tunes into General Hospital. Today, a new character is being introduced to the show, Ned. He enters the scene in scrubs and with a stethoscope around his neck. As we watch the show, the lights in the bar slowly dim. When it is completely dark, we hear the sound of a giant toilet flushing. We continue watching General Hospital for a few moments. The show ends, and the lights in the bar slowly come up. Everything has returned to normal. The tables and chairs are in their places. The cigarette machine is restored and upright below the window. The salted peanut stand is corrected. Mirrors are uncracked. The water is gone, the bar clean. Floyd stands behind the bar, wiping it down. Tallulah is sleeping at the far end. She has an empty cocktail glass in her hand.